Shannon Sharpe is probably top three greatest tight end of all time. You know, he revolutionized that position at that time, playing tight end. Back when they would run the football and they didn't throw it as much as they do today. When you see they throw to Travis Kelce, Shannon Sharpe retired with all of the records. I mean, he was an unbelievable football player. When he retired, you know, he did some stints on TV, on NBC and ABC and all those things as a broadcaster. But now Shannon Sharpe is making a name for himself on social media. He has the club Shay Shay. He has the nightcap show, and he has it popping, right? Shannon Sharpe, but with the fame and success comes a lot of enemies, and Shannon Sharpe has a lot of enemies right now, right? But Shannon Sharpe went on the All in Smoke podcast some years ago, right? With Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. This was some years ago. When he went on to that show, you know, he gave them the highest ratings that they ever had. But then Shannon decided to do his own thing. And he started Club Shay Shay. And when he first started Club Shay Shay, he had on all the entertainers, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. He brought them all on, right? And the show was really starting to pick up and blow up. But then he brought Cat Williams on. And Cat Williams just opened up the floodgates. I mean, Cat Williams came in blazing and at the start of the year, and he called out everybody. You know, he put everybody in the grinder, right? And a lot of the entertainers was upset. Shannon Sharpe became public enemy number one. People was coming after him. But Becky with the good hair, Steven Jackson, and All in Smoke, you know, they took umbrage with what he was doing, and they took to their social medias to speak out against him, right, and say some very disparaging things. But Shannon decided to he fired back. But let's listen to what the All in Smoke guys were saying about Shannon Sharpe during this time.
The lane that Shannon has created for himself and the attention he has drawn, and again, I want to say this without coming off the wrong way, because unfortunately, I don't look at anybody as competition, with all due respect, Dan. I feel like there's a lane for everyone, and everyone's created that lane, and I feel like there's plenty of money to come behind those lanes. But I feel like, you know, obviously Shannon has taken off individually, and then him and Ocho have a great thing going on, but it's not necessarily our cup of tea, so to speak. You know, it's a completely different lane, and you see now, obviously, the Cat Williams interview, I think, broke some kind of YouTube record for the most views, and I think that's great. I mean, that's a lane he's excelling in, a lane that he's getting notoriety in and getting money in, and that's great. But it's not necessarily what we are trying to do. You know, we want to continue to kind of keep our lane, and not even that what they're doing is gossip, because I don't want to disrespect again what they're doing, but there's just a lot of different energy going on there, and people coming and talking their truths and telling their truths. And again, that's always great. Speak your mind. But again, that's not necessarily the lane we want to create.
So now that Shannon Sharpe brought Cat Williams on the show, and he's been under fire from everybody, all the athletes, entertainers, all the people that's part of the Good Old Boy Network. Everybody was gunning for Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is the problem. Do not deal with him. But then he ran into some issue. He took issue with Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal is probably the most dominant basketball player the NBA has ever saw, right? Just a specimen, right? He was dominant on the court. If my age, you got a chance to see him play in his prime, he couldn't be touched. Nobody could deal with him. But he walked around with a lot of weight to him, and they said that he wasn't a hard worker. And Shaquille O'Neal, he always criticized a lot of big men of his time, right? And he gets a lot of pushback for that. But he had Jokic on the show, and he voiced his opinion to Jokic, right? And I don't think it was hating, but Shannon Sharpe took umbrage with what he said and said it was hating, right? So let's check this out.
I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you.
So in typical Shannon Sharpe fashion, this caused Shannon Sharpe to go after Shaquille O'Neal, right? I believe it was unwarranted. But he said some very disparaging things about Shannon, and he came after Shannon like this.
Shaq should have 5 MVPs. Shaq should have 7 titles. He sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years. Shaq is never brought up in those discussions when it comes to GOAT. He's never in front of Magic. He's never in front of LeBron. He's never in front of Jordan. He's never in front of Kareem. He's never really in front of Russell. When we talk about GOAT, Mount Rushmore, and I think a part of him is envious of that. But he doesn't have anybody to blame.
So once Shaquille O'Neal heard this, Shaquille O'Neal lost it. He wasn't trying to hear that. You know, the big man is very sensitive. He was very upset. He took to social media and said, "You took me sticking up with Shay as jealousy. Show how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't if you ain't ranked in the top 10 of your profession, then you can't speak on me." Well, he is ranked in the top 10 of his profession, Shaq. The former Lakers star fired back with some stats of his own. "Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at. Me jealous, LOL. Sounds like you jealous. I know you trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need more people." And and in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 50, top 75, Google me. He continued, "And to be quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my work ethic, but according to you, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. I love you too. If you need if you need help making money, it's better ways of gossiping. I'm too old for this ish. Love always, the most dominant big man ever, the most dominant big man ever, who never took it serious," right? So he was very upset, and he really got at Shannon. So Shannon heard this, right? And Shannon said, "Man, I can't let him talk about me like that. Man, I got to fire back. I'm Shannon Sharpe." So Shannon went to social media and said this.
What I will say,
Yes, sir.
I got what I got
Mm-hmm.
because I worked my ass off. Now,
Yes, sir.
Shaq has been the one that said
Uh-huh.
that he didn't work as hard, he didn't train as hard, he didn't eat as well as he should have.
Right.
Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP over Steve Nash. You know why I got no problem, Ocho, with giving people credit?
Right.
Because I got everything out of my God-given ability. God gave me the ability to do what I could do, but he gave me discipline, he gave me dedication, the way I trained, the way I ate, the way I slept. Now, I would have felt some type of way if I'd have got these numbers and I half-assed it, but I never half-assed it.
So that's how we got to him falling out with Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal holds grudges, and he likes to really get at you, right? So there's been a lot of rumblings, a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Because remember, he fell out with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes first, right? So then once he fell out with Shaq, we were hearing that Shaq was reaching out to whoever, right? Whoever behind the scenes can dig up some information on Shannon Sharpe, he's giving top dollar. Well, that brings us to Matt Barnes again. Because Matt Barnes was dealing with this woman, Nancy Sims, right? His ex. And when they broke up, she had some audio of him having a conversation with her about Shaq trying to get information on Shannon Sharpe, on things that, some of the little strange things for some change that he was doing behind the scenes, right? She was trying to get that. So she sent the audio to Tasha K. And Tasha K took the audio and released it. And now it's out to atmosphere, right? It's sent out to everywhere. Check this out.
I don't know if you're on this kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, again, I don't know if you're on that kind of time or not, but Shaq is known to throw large sums of money around, so just want to put that out there. I am quiet. Hey, he said, please keep it quiet. He said that Shannon did some shit to him a while back, and he's been off him. So that's why he's doing this, but please keep his name quiet.
So Matt Barnes was enraged. He was incensed when this was released, when this came out. So he got into her inbox and he said, "Y'all keep playing, and I'm gonna sue you for this ish. This AI Dr. Auto, y'all some clowns. Y'all post me again with some wild BS, and I'm gonna sue you. Ha ha, you should know I have no issue admitting what I've effed up. Y'all keep listening to this weird ish trying to extort me. Why you think y'all blog is the only one who ever posts her BS? What's your name since you speak for the company? I have the letter from my lawyer to address you. I see one more lie we can play big bank, take little bank. I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. Shannon Sharpe is used to being lauded as a great football player. Where he goes, he gets free dinners. He's a 3-time Super Bowl winning champion. He's a Hall of Famer. He had all of the records at the tight end position. He's used to being celebrated. Well, he came over into Black YouTube and into these spaces, and he jumped into the gossip sector, right? And when you jump into the gossip sector, he's not used to now being laid into, or people calling him out, or not praising him, and he doesn't handle it well, right? But one thing that he likes to do is he likes to gossip. He likes that money. So when he brought Cat Williams on, and he saw the views that he can get, how much money he can make, right? Because he played at a time when NFL players didn't make a lot of money as much as they did today. He was drafted into the league in 1989. They wasn't making money like that all those years ago, right? As opposed to what the players make today. So he's made more money in social media than he's made as a Hall of Fame football player, right? And now I think he's got addicted to the clicks. He's got addicted to the way he can make money. So he's in the gossip sector. But when you do that, there's a price to pay. Because there's a well-organized machine that he's going against. And I want y'all to listen to me. The corporations and corporate structures are invested into these superstars that he gossips about. So now when he brings the Cat Williams on, and he allowed them to go in on all these guys that he goes in on, that allows the corporations and all these the good old boy network to go after Shannon Sharpe. That's why they was calling him LGBTQ. He was having problems at the basketball game, right? Like he's a pariah now to the sector that he wants to be into. Now he got the nightcap popping, but a lot of those powerful athletes and entertainers, they don't like Shannon because Shannon decided to be separate from them. Shannon decided to get into the gossip sector and expose them for the things that they're doing. So now he's the enemy. So now whenever something come up, they're going to use the media. They're going to use everything to demonize Shannon. And I think Shannon is on borrowed time. He only has so much time because if he ain't a part of their crew, they're going to get him out of there. They're going to get him out of there. And they're using Shaq and so many of these other people to do it. Shaq and them was sent to go do this. But I'm gonna cut this video. I'm gonna cut this video right here, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section so we can get this thing out to the algorithm. Leave your comments. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.